Hello, welcome then to this week's show. We're going to do something a little bit different for you this week. We've decided to introduce ourselves. You may not have seen us before. We started this channel about 2 years ago, and we're going to tell you all about that and our plans for 2019. So in 2016, I think we started this channel. It's about right, isn't it? 2016?
2016, yeah.
And we decided initially just to do it as a way to keep our memories. So we didn't even have any camera equipment. We were just using as phones, just like little Samsung and Apple phones, and we were just going around and filming stuff.
The selfie stick.
So we had a little selfie stick, and then we were just putting music to it and putting it out there and hoping that people may be interested in watching that type of thing, especially if they go into that resort. So we went to Fuerteventura and we went to Lanzarote in that year. We had a couple of weeks, so we decided to go back twice. So like I said, the channel, and then it's kind of expanded since, but it's not really, we've not really wanted it to take off as much initially, because it was just a thing for us, kind of to hold memories and things like that. But the following year, we decided to go a little bit further afield, and we went to Cuba, which was just a fantastic holiday.
It was amazing.
A really good holiday, wasn't it?
Amazing.
Really good. So by that time, we decided to buy a proper video camera. So we spent a bit of money on that, spent a bit of money on a little bit more equipment and stuff, and tried to improve the films we were making. And to the point then we went to, last year we went to Mauritius, again, just to see, people travelling to these places, it's nice I think for such as us and other people on YouTube that they can put a film out there and just show people the places, and it's good, they can look, and we kind of we do film the day trips we go on and things like that, don't we?
We do, yeah.
But the hotel is probably one of the main things. We tend to find that more people are interested in the hotel where you're staying.
Because before any place that we go to, before we go, we always do a lot of research.
And we try to find out about these places, don't we? And day trips and where to go, where to visit, car hires and all sorts of things. So that's what we try to do. It's a big learning curve, isn't it? And we're still learning and trying to improve year on year, if you like. So we're still quite new to YouTube, 2 years, just over 2 years I think now. And the main aim of this video is, like I said, to introduce yourself. I'm John, and this is...
I'm Angie.
That's Angie. So that's why we call JonAng films. So if anybody gets a bit confused about the wording, I know somebody said JonAng and all sorts of different things, but it is just JonAng. It's quite simple, really. So that's who we are. Another reason for this video is to outline our plans for 2019. We're going on what you could call a massive...
It is a massive holiday.
For us, it's massive. It's definitely a once in a lifetime trip.
Definitely.
And it's something we've always wanted to do. So we're not just going to one country. How many are we going to?
We're going to 4 countries.
4 countries. But only one continent, and that continent is...
South America.
South America, so there we are. So that's where we're going this year. And we're going to just give a brief insight into what this tour is. It's going to be 3 weeks away from the UK. So it's just going to be pretty much non-stop for that period of time. So where are we starting off at then? You tell them where we're starting then. I think you know, don't you?
Yeah, okay, so we fly to, our first port of call is we fly to Peru, and our first destination is Lima, which is the capital of Peru, and we are going to be staying there for 2 nights. To be honest, I don't know a lot about all of the places that we're going to, but we have been researching, and Lima looks like it's just going to be amazing. It's very cultural.
It's got the restaurants, hasn't it? It's supposed to have got like the is it 2 or 3 of the top 10
Michelin
star rated restaurants.
If you're a foodie, it will just be...
It'll just be stunning, won't it?
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So there's loads of bars and restaurants. We're staying there for 2 nights.
2 nights, yeah.
Two nights in Lima. So when we get there the first night, it'll be quite late, and then we're going to be up early the next morning and going on a tour.
Full day tour,
yeah.
Full day tour next morning, yeah. So it's going to be a long day.
Be shattered, so we're going to have to be pretty fit before we go. I don't really know, there's going to be a lot to see there. There's a lot of culture. It's quite a diverse city. It's rich, poor. The buildings are pretty magnificent.
I think it's kind of like the main gateway into South America as well. Yeah. So a lot of people seem to go to Lima first.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be interesting. I mean, like all the places we're going to visit on this trip, Lima's, it's going to be one of the standout cities, I guess, that we're going to visit. So
yeah, I think it's just going to be full of surprises. Yeah. I don't even think we can imagine what it's going to be like.
So that's where we're going initially for 2 days. So after that, we're going to be flying down to Cusco, and we're staying there. I can't remember the name of the place. We're actually staying in the Sacred Valley. I think it's called Inca Terra, the name of the hotel. Yeah. If you know about it, by all means, just leave a comment or give us some advice on if you've been to any of these places. And we're visiting places such as Pisac, and I think the other one's Ollantaytambo. If I pronounce that wrongly, I apologise, but that's one of the places apparently we're going to be seeing, which is an old Inca fortress, and it's just going to be mad. It's going to be absolutely, like, we've seen videos, we've seen images and read about these places, but to see them for real, it's just going to be stunning. Cusco was actually inhabited from the 13th century, and I think it's when the Spanish moved in, I think in the 16th century or something like that, they took it over, and then the rest is history, I guess. So that's where we're going on the second part of the trip. After we've left Lima, we're going to go down, we're staying in the Sacred Valley for 1 night, and then the following day, back to you. So where are we going?
The following day, where do we go back to? Is that when we go to? I can't remember where we go. Where are we going?
Machu Picchu.
Oh, that's when we go to Machu Picchu, which I don't even know what to say about that. This is some. Ever since I've met John, this is somewhere where he's wanted to go. So I think of all the stuff we've looked at and researched, we just are never going to be able to capture it until we get there.
It just looks stunning, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Every time you see a picture of it or a video, it just looks absolutely amazing.
There's so much history there, but a lot of it is just no one really knows.
No one really knows
because it was.
I think it's the Incas built the original part, and then it looks like another civilization has come along and built on top. But
because it was
I don't think anybody really knows, because it's the Incas kind of died out, didn't they?
It was only rediscovered a century ago. So there's so much mystery about it, and so many people just surmising of how it got there, because it's so high, and how they built it, and all the stonework and everything. It's just, a lot of people are just surmising how it actually.
We do have a thing about stonework though, don't we?
Yeah.
We do have an idea.
Yeah, we think we know.
We think we know, but we'll leave that till we go and we actually see it. But we do think we've got a pretty good idea. We've seen a few videos, and it kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Oh yeah,
it does.
It does when
you look at it from a.
Because you would never know, how would you get all those stones up there? It's so high. It's 8,000 feet high.
Yeah.
Like the town below is 8,000 feet below Machu Picchu, and so how did that happen?
I have no idea. I don't know, but we'll wait and see. It's a place I've always wanted to visit. And it's a place that I would imagine a lot of people wanted to visit, but luckily we're going to be doing it this year, so it's just going to be, I don't know, it's going to be a bit mind-blowing, I think. It's going to be quite emotional.
Yeah.
I can imagine it being really emotional when you first see it for the first time.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely going to cry a lot of this holiday, because it's just going to be so overwhelming, all of it. And Machu Picchu, that's just going to be definitely...
It'll be good. It'll be good. It's all going to be good.
Yeah.
After that, we then head back into Cusco. We don't know what it is. A place called San Blas. I don't know if it's.
We've done a bit of research.
We've seen like the market square. We've seen all these bits and bobs. But again, Cusco is a World Heritage Site. There's so many things like that, like heritage sites and wonders of the world and natural wonders of the world that we're seeing on this tour. It's just going to be mind-blowing at times just to see all these things. But Cusco was actually the empire, the Incan Empire. So that's going to be really interesting because there's going to be a lot of Inca kind of structures and things like that around that area. And the way the people dress apparently is still from those days, even
they still
like
dress
500 years ago, whatever it is.
Still dress in their traditional dress, which is very colourful, and they've got quite a unique look, the Inca people.
Yeah, well, they wear really colourful clothes, but the ladies wear the big black bowler hats, don't they?
Yeah.
Which is what you want, but
yeah, I'm definitely having one. And they also pad themselves out because apparently the men like their women to look big, which they're not big, they just pad themselves out, so I'm quite looking forward to that, to be honest.
You shouldn't need to pad herself out, yeah.
No,
that's good.
definitely not fitting well there.
And the other thing is that Cusco, and this blew my mind, that they get around about 2 million visitors a year, so I'll make that 2 million and 2 this year because we're going. Yeah. But 2 million, it's like amazing, it's a little town in the middle of Peru and it's 2 million visitors, it's just mad, absolutely mental. So where are we going after that?
So then after that we go to...
I don't know where are we going after that?
We go to... Remind me where we're going after that.
I don't know where we're going after that. You wrote everything down. It's just so resourceful and everything. Oh, we're going on... we've done Machu Picchu, aren't we? Yeah. Oh, we're going on the train.
Oh, so then we get a train and a bus.
Which is no ordinary train.
No, this is where we go on... Is it called the Belmond Andean Explorer? Yeah. Which we wasn't really sure what to expect until we started researching it, but it's pretty much like the Orient Express.
Yeah, so it's really
just
plush.
Looking amazing. So it's a sleeper train, so we're sleeping over for the night, but the whole experience is going to be fine dining.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, fantastic
views. Are amazing.
Fantastic views, dancing.
They have a band, don't they?
Yeah,
they have a band on the train, playing music and dancing and stuff.
Like, I think until we've experienced it, we're not going to really know what it's like, but we have looked and it just looks, the scenery and the viewing stations from the train and everything just looks amazing.
It's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're on there for 10 hours. 10 hours?
Yeah, 10, 12 hours. Yeah. It's quite a long time because I guess the journey is quite a long journey. Yeah. But we go through some amazing places on the way. And then the following morning, we wake up at, wherever, I don't know where it pulls up at, I guess it must be nearby, but Lake Titicaca, that's where we go to. And then we're going on those floating
reed islands.
And we've seen videos on that, and they just look. Again, it's just another amazing experience. Just another experience. Yeah. You can't believe that people live on these things.
No, and they do, and it's part of the Inca. These Inca tribe people. They live on these reed islands, which are spongy, floating reeds, and they make produce.
They do everything, don't they?
Yeah. They make.
They do arts and crafts, and then I know they sell those to tourists such as us when you're visiting. So again, that's going to be something pretty good.
And you can't imagine they actually live on these islands. And apparently, we've read somewhere that if they're fed up with their neighbours or anything, they just slice their bit of the island off and move. Yeah, so I don't like it. We'll just saw you in half and push them away, float them away. So that's going to be really interesting. The fact that they still live like that, you just can't imagine.
No, you can't at all. It's a totally different way of life to what any Western culture. Really, it's just completely different.
And they pretty much, I guess, they live off tourists because they sell their wares and everything to tourists and. Yeah. We'll definitely be buying something from them.
Top hat, probably.
Yeah, top hat, ponchos, very colourful.
It'll be like The Greatest Showwoman.
Yeah.
Tom Sheasden.
Yeah.
So after that, then we get a bus. We get a boat to Sun Island, I think it's called. And then it's a bus ride into the next big city on this tour, which is La Paz in Bolivia. Again, another exciting city. It's built up on the mountainsides and it drops down into a valley. The way it's been built, it just looks amazing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And one of the features of La Paz is it's got this really big cable car system that runs from I presume the top of one of these mountains down into the city. But you get spectacular panoramic views around the whole of the area.
I think it's 12,000 feet.
It's 12,000 feet, yeah. 12,000 feet.
Top.
So we're going to be having to have plenty of these, what's these tablets, altitude tablets and cocoa leaves or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's definitely something
Going off things like that.
Apparently we struggle with, but the cocoa leaves originate from cocaine, is it?
Yeah, it's something to do with, and you can't, we know you can't take them out of the country.
No, but you
Although I'll probably just stick to tablets, knowing me, I'm not into...
No, I'm definitely on the cocoa. I'm definitely on the cocoa leaves.
There's always one in there. La Paz apparently means peace, that's what La Paz stands for. So, but it's a buzzing city, and it looks a little bit run down, but I think it's just the way it is. It's just the way they live.
I think it's quite a poor country.
But again, it's got a lot of history behind it. They've got a lot of, I think, Inca history behind them as well, or that sort of, and those people.
Pretty much a lot of the places we've visited in this part of South America have got a massive Spanish influence.
Yeah.
Because they knocked a lot of their stuff down and rebuilt it. So a lot of the Peruvian and Bolivian heritage is gone because the Spanish got rid of it all.
Spanish got rid of it. One of the places, but I was just going to say, one of the places we're going on this is Witch's Market.
Yeah. Which
is a really, again, it's a market like any other market, I guess, but they do sell some pretty strange stuff, like fossilised llama or whatever they call it. It's just like really strange things. And then
lots of herbs and remedies and
all sorts of really weird things.
I'm definitely getting some of that.
So I don't know. The more you think about it, the more odd it sounds, but it's just going to be a complete eye opener for us both. It's just going to be like, I don't know. It's so that's where we're up to so far. We're about a week in, I think, at this point, aren't we? Something like that. Yeah. I think we have 2 nights in Bolivia, in La Paz, so that's going to give us plenty of time. There is a guided tour, I think, on one of the days, and then I think we've got just a zone. We've got time to walk around these places as well, which is great because it's nice to have a proper guided tour.
Yeah, we need that because
it just adds a little bit more to your holiday, I think.
Yeah, it needs to be guided because we're going to so many places, so it needs to be structured. But there is a few little bits of time where we can have our own time to do what we want and maybe do additional tours or just go and explore ourselves.
Yeah, because I think they do offer additional tours as well. So that's that. And then where are we off to?
Where do we go to next?
Where do we go to next after Bolivia? What's that? Oh and then that's where we're flying to, which is one of your favourite places.
Well, so then from there we go to Buenos Aires, which I've never really thought about going to Argentina until we watch lots of
they were Expedia video, weren't they?
we just go through lots of stuff looking at places where we'd like to go, and we were just watching this one Sunday morning in bed, and I just thought I really want to go there. And we're going, so this is just going to be amazing. A very cosmopolitan place. Loads to do, eating, drinking, dancing, of course.
What's the dance to do? What's that?
Tango, Argentine tango.
Oh, tango.
So we're definitely going to have some of this.
Strictly come dancing then.
Yeah, I love.
Get ready for that.
Yeah, and I'd quite like to go to a tango show, but we're there for 3 nights.
3 nights. Buenos Aires, yeah. So that should give us plenty of time to explore and work us way around the city. There's so much to see. There's
lots of history. Buildings are magnificent.
We're going to Recoleta Cemetery where Evita has been laid to rest. That's going to be really interesting.
Yeah, that story is just.
And that story in itself is a massive story to tell. So
yeah, I think she's just such an icon in Argentina. When you think about Argentina, you think about Evita, First Lady, and just her whole story. She was poor, and then she married the president, and she's just a massive icon now.
So that's going to be that's going to be another major highlight. But then again, I don't think there's anything we've said so far that's not going to be a major highlight.
Yeah, I think definitely this is one of the places I'm really looking forward to seeing. Just the buildings and because
it's a really good mix of modern and old, if you like, and within architecture and everything. I think it's got it's got the widest road in the world as well, main road that runs through the city. So there's so much to see, there's so much to do, there's museums, there's all sorts of things, and it's just going to be another 3 days rushing around, I guess, trying to see what we can.
Yeah, just fitting everything in, and I just think it's just going to be amazing there. It was once the richest place in the world. Not now it isn't, but now it's the cheapest capital city in the world to visit. Yeah, which you wouldn't think so, because
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
it knows everything. I don't know nothing, mate. So anyway, after we've been there, we are flying again. We spend more time. This holiday we've got planes, trains, boats, buses, cars. I think we're going on just about every means of transport available. So from there we're flying to another place, which is a World Heritage Site, which I don't think words can explain. It's Iguazú Falls, we're staying on the Argentinian side, and we've got a tour on the Brazilian side, and then we're staying here for 2 nights, and then we're coming back to the Argentinian side. So we'll be able to see it from both sides, which is really good. Although the actual tour, like I say, is on the Brazil side, the proper tour. But then we can, on the Argentinian side, there's loads of walkways and things you can go down. And we've seen it, it's just it's raw energy, it's powerful, it's beautiful, it's stunning, it's amazing, again, I guess it's like Machu Picchu. Unless you actually see it for real, you can't imagine how good it's going to be.
No,
or how spectacular it's going to be.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the natural wonders of the world.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've looked at a lot of footage, and we're never going to be able to take it in until we go and experience it. It just looks amazing.
Yeah, it does. So we've got 2 nights there.
And the hotel
is actually set within the grounds of the falls, and we've got a fall view room. So it's pay a bit extra, obviously, as you do for most of these things. But so we're going to have hopefully a wonderful view of the falls first thing in the morning when you wake up and look out the room. And then finally,
our final destination,
which is all.
Now this is one place. This has always been on my bucket list for as long as I can remember. And here we fly to Brazil and to Rio de Janeiro.
Woo-hoo.
Which I don't even know what to say. I'm just so
speechless.
Yeah, which is a first. I'm so looking forward to this. So we're staying in Rio, right on the strip on the Copacabana beach, with a sea view.
Yeah, we've got. We're staying at Copacabana Palace, and just because I thought I'd treat you, so we've upgraded to a sea view room. So we're right at the front.
Yeah. Looking
down, and we did see one video where a guy had filmed looking at one of these particular rooms, and you just see the whole length. So basically, it's a really short video, but it's just panned from kind of left to right, or right to left as you're looking, and you just see the full stretch of Copacabana Beach. And then we've got the obligatory day trip again, but we're going to be going up Sugarloaf Mountain.
Yeah.
Corcovado, I think it's called, but it's Christ the Redeemer. That's another part of it, and then other places, I guess, in the surrounding area.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to try and do is do the hang gliding from the top of wherever it is I'm going to try and get that in if I can. But
that looks amazing.
That'll have to be on our final day, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Just make sure.
So that's what we're doing. That's our big trip for 2019, and I think there's going to be quite a lot of videos this year.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not going to be able to. I'm not just going to cram them all in to like 15-20 minute sections. I think really like to try and explore the continent as much as we can and just embrace it and bring the images back and really try and make some really nice videos for other people, and maybe yourself that's wanting to visit South America for a tour or just individual places. I mean, luckily we're doing like 4 countries, so it's going to be a bit of a rush around, but
it's going to be quite grueling.
It'll just be brilliant, won't it?
But it will be. Yeah.
So it's not long till we go outside. It's a couple of months yet, but we just want to let you know. So if any of you have been on any of these places that we're going to be visiting in 2019, we'd love to hear from you.
Any tips
or advice? Yeah, anything would be great. Just leave us a comment, and we'll get back to you straight away or as soon as we can.
Just to do with food, currency, what to wear, anything. Because there's so much.
There's so much to try and take in, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's like a bit mind blowing, and I think it's not just like we're going on a trip where you go to one resort and you drop your suitcase off and then you don't look at it again for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's because we're actually travelling the whole time. We're moving day to day on pretty much a daily basis.
We'll be living out our suitcase.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So that's for 2019. The other things that we're going to be doing again this year, we're going to still, when we get back from that trip, we're going to still be travelling around the UK, visiting English heritage sites. If you've not seen those videos, take a look. If you're interested in anything historical about Britain, we did 5 in the last we did a little series of videos. So there's places like Rushden Triangular Lodge, Rest Park, Berkhamsted Castle,
Bede House,
Lidington Bede House. What was the other one? I can't remember the other one. But anyway, there's 5. I think we did 5 in total. And they're only short videos. We think we prefer making 5-10 minute videos, and it just gives you an insight, and then if you want to visit, obviously you can have a look. So we're going to do a few more day trips such as that, the historical stuff, and plus 1 or 2 other little bits and pieces. We'll probably do a few more top 5 videos about Britain. If you've not seen any of those, check them out, they're pretty good if you're visiting this country. There's like quirky events and cultural icons and perfect puddings and what else? There's all sorts of bits and things, but it's just nice. And museums was quite good.
Yeah, hobbies.
People seem to like that one. Museums, hobbies, things like that. So again, if you're visiting Britain, visiting our country, and take a look at those, might give you a few ideas of places to visit, things to go and see. And that's just about wraps it up. So finally, it looks like it's going to be an amazing 2019 for us, and hopefully for yourselves. Hopefully you have a great year too. So if you like the content, if you love the videos that we're creating and the things that we're hoping to try and do to make things, just improve really, aren't we? Just make things a lot better. Yeah. Please leave us a comment. Consider subscribing, that'd be great if you would subscribe. And as always, give us a big thumbs up, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Once